Geetha, first of all, I'd love to hear your reaction. How surprising to see this withdrawal?
I'm not surprised at all, frankly, because, we had kind of suspected all along that majority of the minority shareholders would actually not be in favor of this proposal. So I think the Murdochs kind of finally realized that, and that they've withdrawn the proposal to combine the two companies.
Well, give us a sense here, for those who don't follow this closely, sort of what the intent was, or at least the stated intent was when this was first announced. Of course, you have Fox, which is primarily known for its television broadcast networks, particularly here in the U.S. And then you have News Corp, which I think some would argue is still, I guess, part of kind of the old media world with, of course, its focus with book publishing, newspaper publishing, et cetera.
Yeah, so what's interesting is actually this was going to reverse the 2013 split of the two companies. So what they had done back then was, they just wanted to have a clean TV focus with Fox, as you just pointed out, Romaine. But then News Corp right now is really kind of this hodgepodge collection of different assets, whether it's Dow Jones. They have a lot of digital exposure with Dow Jones, with a digital media, real estate portfolio, with some pay TV assets in Fox. But I think the main idea of the Murdochs was to kind of now combine the two businesses, because the Fox TV assets, while it's kind of a lean and mean approach to live TV with a news and a sports focus, pay TV is under tremendous pressure in the U.S. And they wanted to kind of beef up those assets a little bit, if you will, with that digital exposure that they're getting from News Corp.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think most investors felt that it would just complicate the story, not simplify it.
Well, what enhances the story? Because, I mean, part of the reason why this was proposed, at least in theory, was because investors had been concerned that they really hadn't gotten the value that they had wanted out of either company, particularly when it comes to Fox A. And I am curious as to if they don't go down this route to maybe try to boost value, what then becomes the route for them?
Yeah, that's a really, really interesting question, a very important question. So with Fox A, obviously most of those assets were sold to Disney. They do have actually a pretty strong hand. While, they are almost 85% of their revenue comes from the pay TV ecosystem, they do have the strongest hand in pay TV just because of that exposure to sports. They have the NFL properties. They have a lot of other sports properties that are signed up. And, of course, they have the leader in the cable news portfolio, which is Fox News. So they have a pretty strong hand there. So they just have to continue to do whatever they can do and extract as much value as they possibly can from that existing pay TV portfolio. Of course, they also have some digital media presence with Tubi, which they continue to build, which is, again, something that they've done really, really well. They are trying to go out, get some exposure in some new verticals, whether it's sports betting. So again, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But with News Corp, really, just because it's this collection of very diverse assets, it might make more sense for them to actually spin out some of those assets and kind of simplify that story.